I'm on page 973, and what we're going to do is it says determine how many real solutions each quadratic equation has. Well, in order to figure out how many solutions, whether it has one solution, two solutions, or no solutions, we are going to use that discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac. Don't worry about that bell, it's not yours. Okay, so over here, A, B, C. A is 4, B is 4, C is 1. So we're going to do B squared minus 4 times A times C. 4 squared is 16 minus 4 times 4 is 16 times 1 is 16. Okay, so 16 minus 16, I get 0 for my discriminant. So when I plug everything in, b squared minus 4ac turned out to be 0. And remember from our previous page, if the discriminant turns out to be 0, we have one solution. Okay, so how many real solutions? We have 1. Now, we haven't said what it is. We just know we have one solution. Okay. Number 2. A, B, and C. Let me see if I can focus this a little bit better. Oh, yeah, that. Okay. A is 1. B is -1. Be careful. C is 3. So we're going to do the discriminant again. B squared minus 4ac. B squared is -1 squared minus 4 times 1 times 3. -1 times -1 is 1. 1 minus 4 times 1 times 3 is going to be 12. 1 minus 12 gives us a -11 for the b squared minus 4ac. And remember, if the answer is negative, we have no solutions. Because remember, b squared minus 4ac is going to be under that radical, and we can't take the square root of a negative number. So no solution on number 2. Number 3, A is 1, B is negative. Oh, nope. Halt the presses. They almost got me. X squared minus 8x squared is -7x squared minus 9 equals 0. Ha. All right. So just hold your horses. A is -7. There is no B, so B is 0. And C is -9. So B squared minus 4AC. B squared, that's going to be 0 squared minus 4 times A, which is -7, times C, which is -9. Let me make sure I have all my numbers right. B squared minus 4 times A times C. All right. 4 times 7 is 28. So that's going to be a positive 28 times a -9. I'm not even going to bother with the multiplication because I know whatever that number is, it's a negative. Because 0 minus whatever this product is. Remember, I have 1, 2, 3 negatives, so it's going to be a negative number. No solutions. Because again, b squared minus 4ac, if it turns out to be negative, I can't take the square root of that. All right. Next, we have A, B, and C. Don't let this frighten you. So A is 2. B is the negative square root of 5, because all I'm doing is I'm switching these. -5. Okay, so I did that. And then C is 2. Okay, so b squared negative, oops, negative square root of 5 squared minus 4 times A times C. All right, the square root of 5 squared is just 5. So the negative square root of 5 times the negative square root of 5 is just 5. 5 minus 4 times 2 is 16. I get negative 11. So there's no solutions here either. Because again, b squared minus 4ac gives me a negative, and I can't square root a negative. Okay, just be careful here, because I can write, I'm running out of room, negative x times the square root of 5 is the same as negative square root of 5 times x. Okay. All right. In front of my a is 1/2. Okay. So x squared over 2 is the same as 1/2 x squared. B is negative 1. C is 1/4. Okay, b squared minus 4ac. Negative 1 squared minus 4 times 1/2 times 1/4. All right, negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. I'm going to say negative 4 times 1/4 because those two combine for 1. So it's 1 minus everything that's left is 1/2. So I get 1/2 is my number, and it's positive. So there are 2 solutions here. All right, number 6. Oops. Again, things are getting a little more complicated just because they're not throwing out whole numbers anymore, but we can still do this. You've just got to be careful. You can't drop negative signs, you can't drop square roots, stuff like that. Okay, again, I'm going to take this, and that's going to be negative square root of 7 times x. Over here, that's x squared over 4, meaning the number in front of x squared is 1/4. B is the negative square root of 7. C is positive 7. Let's do b squared minus 4ac. That is negative square root of 7 squared minus 4 times 1/4 times 7. Okay. Square root of 7 times the square root of 7. In other words, the square root of 7 squared, or the negative square root of 7 squared, gives you 7. Minus 4 times 1/4, those cancel out, and all you're left with is 7. 7 minus 7 is 0, so there's going to be 1 solution for 6. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to do 7 and 8 by yourself. Box what the discriminant turns out to be. Okay. And box the number of solutions that you get. You're not finding the solutions yet. You're just telling me how many there are. So 7 and 8 are for you to do on your own. Also, as part of this practice, I have assigned one single IXL objective that goes along with this because it's all about using the discriminant. And remember, the discriminant is just kind of a shortcut. It's part of the quadratic formula. Okay, it's the part under the radical. And depending on how it turns out, if that portion, b squared minus 4ac, if it's turns out to be positive, then we're going to have 2 solutions because the parabola crosses the x-axis twice. If it's negative, we have no solution because the parabola does not hit the x-axis ever. And if we get 0 for b squared minus 4ac, then we only have one solution. So I want you to do these final two for me and practice that IXL objective. Okay, and that IXL objective is, obviously it's an algebra objective, and it is Z8 using the discriminant. Okay.